Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to present about Seminar 1 assessment. We have chose the topic of competitors analysis versus blue ocean strategy. Our group members Nurul Shahira, Muhammad Arfan, Nur Hasana and Najwa Mardia will explain more regarding this topic. We hope that you will learn something new and enjoy our presentation. Happy watching!
So I will start with my first presentation on the competitors analysis versus blue ocean strategy. Before I start, I wanted to let you all know that competitors analysis is the same as red ocean strategies. I will proceed with the issues, the points to distinguish whether the company is using red ocean strategy or blue ocean strategy. There are 5 points, and the first point is the market space. In red ocean strategies, they compete in existing market space, meaning that they compete in market that already exists, and while in blue ocean strategy they create uncontested market space. They create their own market space. The second point is competition. Competition is in red ocean strategy they beat the competition, while in the blue ocean strategy they make the competition irrelevant. So we can say that in blue ocean strategy they does not have competition because of the demand that because of the market space that they create themselves. So the third one is the demand. In red ocean strategy they exploit existing demand, and while in blue ocean strategy they create and capture new demand. For the fourth one is value cost trade-off. Red ocean strategy they make the value cost trade-off, and in blue ocean strategy they break the value cost trade-off. And the last point is align the whole system of a firm's activities. As you can see here, in red ocean strategy they align the whole system of a firm's activities with its strategic choice of differentiation or low cost, while in blue ocean strategy align the whole system of a firm's activities in pursuit of differentiation and low cost. So this is the point that we can use to distinguish whether the companies is applying red ocean strategies or blue ocean strategies. This all of this point will be explained more by my groupmate on the next slide.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi, I am Nur Hasana and I will explain further with the respect to the meaning and implementation of blue ocean strategy. Okay, first of all is what are the blue ocean? Okay, blue ocean are all the industry not in existence today, the unknown market space. Okay, blue ocean strategy is referred to a market for a product where there is no competition or very less competition, which it aims to capture new demand and to make competition irrelevant, meaning that the goal of this approach is to outperform the competition or be the best in the industry. Instead, the aim is to redraw industry boundaries and operate within that new space, making the competition immaterial. This is a market creating strategy. Okay, companies that pursue this strategy have been known to spawn entirely new industry. A study carried out by Chan and Rini found that companies that create blue ocean usually reap the benefits for 10 to 15 years because they are hard for rivals to copy. Why do we call blue ocean? This is because the blue ocean is the place that unexplored and untainted by competition. So the blue ocean are vast, deep and powerful in terms of opportunity and growth. How the blue ocean being implemented? Okay, while the blue ocean can be entirely new industry, most of the blue ocean usually emerge when a company alter the boundaries of an existing industry. By examining their industry and customer behavior, the existing rules of competition can be questioned and blurred, creating new areas of demand. To realize blue ocean potential, companies would chart a strategic course past traditional industry boundaries and create the new market space. Okay, this strategy revolves around searching for a business in which very few firms operate and when there is no pressure. How? By introducing a product with superior features. It helps the company in make a huge profit as the product can be priced a little steep because of its unique features. Okay, differentiation and low cost can coexist. The blue ocean strategy argues that consumer don't have to choose between value and affordability. If a company can identify what consumer currently value, then rethink how to provide that value, differentiation and low cost can be both achieved. This is the value innovation. Therefore, creating blue ocean is non-zero sum. There is ample opportunity of growth that is profitable and rapid. Okay, let's continue to the next slide. Okay, this slide I will discuss about the blue ocean shift. Okay, the blue ocean shift is the step from the red ocean and shift to the blue ocean strategies. Okay, to shift to the blue ocean, there are 5 steps. Okay, the first step is to get started with choose the right place to start the blue ocean initiative and construct the right team. Okay, to choose the right place to start the blue ocean initiative, company shall introduce the Pioneer Migrator Settler Map. Okay, the Pioneer Migrator Settler Map is a diagnostic tool that allow to see how the revenue generating products and services fare in the contribution to the future growth of the company. This will help the company to determine whether the company is fighting for their life in the bloody red ocean of the competition or enjoying the beautiful deep blue ocean with no competition inside. Key products are organized into 3 categories and displayed by size. Okay, the first one is the Pioneer. The Pioneers are products that offer unprecedented value and high profit growth potential. They are not at all like the competition, actually have no real competition and enjoy a market all to themselves. Pioneer are the blue ocean offering. Usually these kinds of product that classify into Pioneer is the new product into the market. Second is the Migrator. The Migrator are products and services that have value but are not innovative. These products sit on the border between red and blue ocean, so it is in the middle and may have profit growth potential if some changes are made. Okay, and the last one is the Settler. The Settler are products and services that follow the industry norms. They are not innovative, do not diverge from the competition, generally have little or no growth potential, and face a shrinking pool of customers. This is the red ocean. Most products on the market today fall in this category. Okay, the simple example of Settler are car, trucks, appliances, and services. Okay, the second one is put together the right team that is going to carry out the Blue Ocean initiative and how to build their confidence for more effective buy-in. To make change happen, it is important having a humanistic process, something we have come to call humanist in the process, which inspire and build people confident to own and drive the process for effective execution. So this means that we have to build a very strong team in order for us to shift to the blue ocean strategy. So we need to have a proper planning and a good team in order to accomplish and to build up this strategy to our business. Okay, the blue ocean shift in the step 2 is the company need to understand where the company are now, and it must get a clear picture on the current state of play. Why? Because having a clear picture of the current strategic landscape is critical. Only then the business see how they can set their business apart from the competition. Blue Ocean 2, which is the strategy canvas, is a self-assessment tool that allow business to see on one page of how the business offering compares to those of their competitors. Okay, first, they have to ask the key attribute of the product and services in the market. Example of the key attribute is whether the company have clear image of the strategy. Why? Because business strategy creates a vision and direction for the whole organization. It is important that all people within a company have clear goals and are following the direction or mission of the organization. A strategy can provide this vision and prevent individuals from losing sight of their company's aim. And second, it can create a measure for success. Business strategy will allow company to measure the organization performance and growth against their desired goals. And they have to ask question whether they have achieving what they hope to achieve within the stipulated time frame. And if not, why? Because when company follow the business strategy, it means that it will allow the business to measure success and better identify areas that require improvement in future. Okay, the next key attribute is does every manager have same understanding? Okay, we need to know that all key players will need to contribute. The work will require the ability to leverage the expertise of others to uncover new ideas. And where the business can see in terms of actual offering that they give in the market. First, the business need to know their target market. The key to any successful business venture is to know our target demographic and what makes them tick. Once business identify their audience and more specifically their expectation and needs, so the business will be able to plan a more effective method to attract customer attention. Second one is need to have big plan, because behind every great business is a great business plan. When developing the business strategy, the company need to ask where the company want the business to be in 1, 5 or 10 years time. Setting future goals for the organization is important in measuring success of the business, and it will also help to develop a sustainable strategy for the future. Okay, the fourth is are the current boundary clear to the company? Because increase adaptability. In the current innovation focused society, business need to be responsive to the changes, and effective business strategy will allow the organization to predict and meet the changing demand of the current market. By analyzing and reviewing customer expectation and needs, business can be better identify new market trends and adapt their strategy as required. Second, drive decision. Strategy is what drives decision in business. By helping organization identify their strength and weakness, an effective strategy will help the company decide where their effort and resources are best spent. These decisions are crucial in ensuring business has a profitable and sustainable future. Okay, and the last one is compare the business with competitors. You have to know the main competitors. Before starting any business, the company need to suss out their competitors, the competition. What strategies the company will employ to attract the target market? What the company need to do in order to do better, and most importantly, what the company going to do to stand out from the crowd. Okay, next is step 3. In this step 3, the business should imagine where the business could be, and the business have to uncover the hidden pain points imposed by the industry and discover the ocean of non-customer. To uncover hidden pain point imposed by the industry, the business need to know where does the strategy need to be changed, and by discover ocean of non-customer, they can identify the reason the customers stay away from the market. And we have to define the 3 tiers. Okay, so I'll explain about the 3 tiers. Okay, soon to be non-customer. Soon to be non-customer, the first tiers who are on the edge of the market waiting to jump ship. Okay, the first tier of non-customer is the closest to the current market, sitting just on the edge. They are buyers who minimally purchase and industries offering out of necessity, but are mentally non-customers of the industry. Okay, the second tier is a refusing non-customer who consciously choose against the market. The second tier of non-customer is people who refuse to use an industry offering. These are buyers who have seen the current offering as an option to fulfill their needs, but have decided against participating. And the third tier is unexplored non-customer who are in the market distant from ours. The third tier of non-customer is farthest from the market. There are non-customer who have never considered the market's offering as an option. Therefore, by focusing on the key commonalities across this non-customer and existing customer, companies can understand how to pull them into new market. Step 4. Okay, step 4 is where business need to know and to find out how they're going to get there. First is reconstruct market boundaries systematically, and second, develop alternative blue ocean points. The business need to think outside of the current market definition of their industry. And focusing on redefining the market allows companies to work in blue ocean and take market share in these newly defined markets. And they have to look to reconstruct the boundaries in a way that they no longer face competition with pre-existing players on their terms. They have to shift a focus from how to compete on the terms of existing competitors. They have to shifting their focus. And study found that there are 6 basic approach to remaking market boundaries, which called 6-part framework. This framework is based on making companies look at existing data that they have operate with from a new perspective. This path have general applicability across industry sectors, and they lead companies into the corridor of commercially viable blue ocean ideas. Okay, the last step for the blue ocean shift is step 5. Okay, the step 5 is the business have to make their move, select and rapidly test the blue ocean move, and then formalize their big picture of the business model and launch the move. How? First, generate practical blue ocean options that pursue both differentiation and low cost. Second is compare the before and after strategic profile. Choose projects that close the gaps to actualize the strategy. And then implement the blue ocean strategy. First, test the strategy rapidly in the market, refine it, get feedback from the customer, formalize the big picture business model, and then launch the strategy. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Next, I will proceed with the Blue Ocean Strategy tools, which is the 4 action framework. Basically, for a company to implement Blue Ocean Strategy, they need to reconstruct their buyer value elements in crafting a new value curve. So these 4 actions framework need to be implemented by them. This provide guidelines to create a new strategy profile and also define what is the characteristic of a blue ocean strategy itself. As we all know, in the blue ocean strategy, demand is created instead of fighting for the demand itself. So when a company is stuck in a red ocean, or they wanted their business to be different from the other in the already existing market, this 4 actions framework is a very great tool. So this 4 action framework consists of 4 steps. Step number 1 is eliminate. Step number 2 is reduce. Step number 3 is raise, and step number 4 is create. I will explain more about these steps in the next slide. So basically, this 4 action framework needs to be implemented for building and later communicating in the company, so that this blue ocean strategy can be a success to the company. This framework also helps to assess whether money is spent correctly around its production and not for anything that is that can make loss to the company. And also, by optimizing this framework, the profit for the user is maximized and the pains are minimized. Only the challenges that really matter to the customer should be included in this 4 action framework. Next, I will proceed with the 4 action framework earlier, but this time I will explain about how to apply this 4 action framework. As I said earlier, 4 action framework is an essential tool of blue ocean strategy. It is a simple matrix-like tool that drives company to focus simultaneously on eliminating and also reducing, as well as raising and creating, while unlocking a new blue ocean. So, like I said earlier, there are 4 steps or action, which is eliminate, reduce, raise, and create. As we can see in the figure, the blue one, there are questions in each of the steps. So we start with the eliminate one. The question is which factors that the industry has long competed on and should be eliminated. How to apply it? We need to ask ourselves which factors companies have been competing for a long time. Think of the factors that require a lot of investment but do not generate a lot of income, or other factors that do not improve the statistics. So, if we can identify it, we can consider to eliminate the factor, since it can reduce the profit of the company. Number 1, and the second one is reduce. the question is which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard. To apply this, we need to think of characteristics of a certain product that have been designed to beat the competition, but that cost a lot of time and resources. For this one, we need to identify the product that can beat the competition. And if we already know what the factors, we can consider to reduce the production of this, since these factors require a lot of time. So next one is raise. The question is which factors should be raised well above the industry standard. We need to think about which factors are well above the industry standard, which user pain points does the current market not yet address, and how can I come up with functions that make the pain points of this group of people disappear. So basically, we need to think about the factor that already exists in the industry, but not yet have placed in customers' heart, and we need to consider to increase the promotion or the production of this product. And the last one is the create. The question is which factor should be created that the industry has never offered, and this requires an in-depth understanding of the organization and industry, and as well as consumers' interests and desires, and the direction the market is heading on. The aim of these steps or action is to think about the future and about the challenges that customers have not yet formulated. Factors to be created that the industry has never offered. This is one of the most challenging questions, but at the same time, one with the most potential, because creating a new product basically can attract more customers and consumers, since we know that this product is new and cannot be found in other places. Next, I will continue with the challenges of Blue Ocean strategy, which is hurdles to strategy execution. So once a company has developed a Blue Ocean strategy with a profitable business model, the next challenge for them is strategy execution. The challenge of execution exists, of course, for any strategy. So we can say that these hurdles applies equally to any strategy. Companies, like individuals, often have a tough time translating thought into action, whether in red or blue oceans. Compared with red ocean strategy, this can be especially difficult for Blue Ocean strategy, as it represents a significant departure from the status quo. To varying degrees, companies may face 4 types of hurdles to strategy execution. We can see the hurdles in the slide, which is cognitive, resources, motivational, and political. For cognitive, the issue is an organization wedded to status quo, and for resource, the company have limited resources. Motivational is the issue where the staff is unmotivated, and for the political is the opposition from powerful vested interests. So I will explain further about these 4 hurdles in the next slide. Next, I'll continue with the 4 hurdles of strategy execution. As I mentioned earlier, there are 4 hurdles, which is cognitive, resources, motivational, and opposition. So for the first one is the cognitive, waking employees up to the need for a strategic shift. For this one, cultural change is almost considered to the biggest problem when looking at significant strategic change. So people in the company did not want to change since they think that changing to a different strategy can make it difficult for them, since they need to study more and need to change their working environment. So they tend to oppose the idea of applying this strategy. The next one is limited resources. It is assumed that the greater the shift in strategy, the greater the resources it requires for execution. So once an organization can see the reality of the need for strategic change, it will almost look towards bigger budget to resolve the problem. For example, if the customer service is poor, then add more customer service representative. If sales are low, then add more sales people. Next one is unmotivated staff. The key point here is how do you motivate key players to move fast and tenaciously to carry out a break from the status quo. Motivating staff to accept strategic change has always been considered a priority. Making them aware of the strategy is the first problem. When they know about the strategy and the advantages of the strategy, maybe they can open up their mind to accept the changes. So the last one is the opposition. The key point is here is, as one manager put it, in our organization, you get shut down before you stand up. This one is no matter what you do, there will always be an opposition to your strategy. The opposition will tend to come from those who believe that the changes will negatively impact them. So that's why there are employees that always argue when a company wants to change their strategy to a better one, like to a blue ocean strategy. Next, I will proceed with the advantages of blue ocean strategy. Blue ocean strategy, as an organization, collaborates with various organizations to find new market and avoid saturated markets. Saturated market is a situation which a product has become diffused within a market. The actual level of saturation can depend on consumers' purchasing power as well as competition, like competition with prices, competition with technology. So many organization or company does not want their organization to be in this saturated market. So by applying blue ocean strategy is an advantage for them. Next one is the implementation of this blue ocean strategy helps to overcome the barriers of competition within an existing market and cost structure and gradually transform into constructive improvements in value. So, as we all know, if the company implement this blue ocean strategy, in the concept of blue ocean strategy itself, we create a new demand in a new market. So a company can reduce the challenges of competition with their competitors if they implement this blue ocean strategy. The third advantages is the value innovation, which is the foundation of a blue ocean strategy. This value innovation ultimately creates new value and demand for consumers, and this will increases the likelihood of growth potential. So with this value innovation in the blue ocean strategy, most likely to improve the profit of the company, since they did not they does not compete with another competitors in the new market. The fourth one is the blue ocean strategies enable fundamental transformations in mentality and also helps in recognizing opportunities. These strategies itself required us, the company who wants to implement blue ocean strategies, to think outside the box, since all of their product are different from any other existing product in the market. So this can attract their consumer or customer to choose their product instead of a product that already exists in the market. So the last one is the blue ocean strategy is based on proven data rather than unproven theories. In doing business, we must rely to the facts and opinion that are already validated instead of rumors that are not proven. So if the company wants to implement blue ocean strategy, it is an advantageous for them since it is based on proven data rather than unproven theories. I will proceed with the disadvantages of blue ocean strategies. There are also 5 disadvantages in the blue ocean strategies that I can find. And the first one is it can be difficult to come up with a futuristic idea and identify colossal and unused markets. As we all know, to come up with fresh ideas or ideas that are different from others are very difficult. Not only in these strategies, but also for us like student, also we cannot really come up with the new ideas, since we still stuck in the traditional methods or ideas that come from sources like textbook and others. And the second disadvantages is the development of a successful blue ocean strategy is the result of a calculated and detailed research supported by extensive analysis. So we need to bear in mind that these strategies is not a magic formula or an easy DIY job. So in order to implement this blue ocean strategy, we need to keep doing research until we know that this strategy is this strategy can give a success to our company. The third one is entering the market in the initial phase of a new market is risky. There is a chances that customers do not understand the foundation of a product that we apply due to the lack of a fully developed technology, and maybe some customers they really stuck to one product, so it is an disadvantageous for applying blue ocean strategy with this kind of customers. Next one is tapping into a new market is not easy. Like I said earlier, an organization must be clear and smart about its customer base and ways to expand it. So therefore, it requires a great deal of clarity about the considerations that are being made and as well as obstacles. So organization really need to make a research about their target customer, and what the product targeted to. And last one is choosing an ocean other than the blue ocean strategy requires a lot of passion, perseverance, and preparation. An existing market is not completely closed, but tapping into a new market with an innovative product is, according to the creators of this blue ocean strategy, is one of the better things an entrepreneur can decide to do. So it is a benefit to the company who implement this blue ocean strategy, but there is some aspect that needs to be considered before implementing it, in order for the strategies to help companies later.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the competitors analysis strategy, or also known as the red ocean strategy, which is the opposite of the blue ocean strategy. First, we go to definitions. What is competitor analysis strategy? Competitor analysis in marketing and strategic management is an assessment of strength and also weaknesses of current and potential competitors. This analysis provides both offensive and also defensive strategic context to identify opportunities and threats. What is the objectives of this red ocean strategy? The purpose of competitive analysis is to determine the strengths and weaknesses of the competitors within your market. Strategies that will provide you with the distinct advantages, the barriers that can be developed in order to prevent competitions from entering your market, and any weaknesses that can be exploited within the product development cycle.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Shahira. I will explain steps in competitor analysis. There are 7 steps in competitor analysis. Step number 1, industry. The organization must identify which industry that they want to compete, which is in the same industry. The organization can observe their product in the market and compare with other organizations which is in the same industry that will compete with. Step number 2, the organization should recognize which one competitor that they will compete with. When the organization establish some broad of category, they can take a look at their product direct competitors. Include also any company that do same product or services with the organization. Step number 3, competitor strategy and weaknesses. The organization must recognize and study the cause behind competitor success and failure, such as while performing SWOT analysis for each competitor, they can recognize and study their strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. it can be seen as a benchmark to move forward. Step number 4. Company strengths and weaknesses. An organization needs to observe the company's own strengths and weaknesses. They need to analyze their own strengths and weaknesses after look at all competitor analysis. The important thing is the company needs to analyze the data that's against to their company strategy and product. Then they can know how well the company and product can stand comparison to the competitors. And the company can identify and improve their own weaknesses. We prepare some strategy that can make the company more successful. Step number 5. Customer preference. Mostly organizations focus on customer priorities due to their priorities should become the business priorities too. Next, customer satisfaction is also become the priorities. The organization should try give a full satisfaction to the customer as it will give the organization a big success. The organization should learn on the future and current customer need and wants in order to give the best satisfaction. Step number 6. Barriers to the market. The barriers usually exist to the potential competitors. The potential competitors could take a longer time or period in order for them to enter in existing market and could be exposed to the highest barriers. There are several barriers faced by the potential competitors such as patent, knowledge, cost, and market condition. Before the potential competitors decide to enter on certain existing market, they need to prepare more knowledge and skills. Step number 7. Strategy plan. Strategy plan are allow an organization to adopt strategy that they are believe are the best and make sure the strategy is successful. A competitor should take an action to take part in all aspects of business operation. The activity of business involve manufacturing, distribution, pricing, and marketing of product or services. This step to give opportunity to competitors to engage in all business activity where they can explore more about their expertise of business activities. Next, I will proceed with advantages of competitor analysis. First, it can help company to set a price of its product or services strategically and competitively. For competitors who intend to enter the market, they must have all information regarding market industry and how they are going to produce products and services to compete with others. With an effective analysis, the competitor has an opportunity to produce products or services that can attract more potential customers using a strategy plan such as sell lower price with a high quality of product or services to customers. Second, it can assist company to have a better targeted customer. From analysis, the competitor able to identify the demand from their customer. Thus, it will open the opportunity for all competitors to involve in the market. This is because they can target which customer that they want to sell their product and services after the competitor have recognized their customer. For example, like gadget have become a demand and trend among teenagers, so the competitor should produce product that can attract those teenagers. While for these advantages of competitor analysis, first, the company may incur additional or unnecessary costs. The company needs to bear a cost due to increase in quality of product and also to introduce the product to the customer. In order to introduce the product, the company needs to spend more money on the marketing costs so that the customer will familiar with the brand of product or services. Meanwhile, for the quality aspect, they may incur more on inspection costs as to control the quality of product. Second, any inaccurate analysis of competitor might result a poor decision to company. and effective analysis in an organization bring a good decision making. For any untrusted or unreliable data received by the company can lead to a bad decision. Thus, it will affect the company performance and the operation of product and services also. As a consequences, the company not have capability to compete with other competitors in the market.
Now, you must have gotten some idea what defines this true strategy. Here are some of the examples of the global businesses that are part of Blue Ocean strategy and also the Red Ocean strategy. We will dive into details and we're going to have a look at what defines these businesses as Blue Ocean and also Red Ocean.
Blue Ocean strategy is not just applicable to the entrepreneurship only, but it also can be implemented by other parties, such as in 2010, the Malaysian government was struggling with persistently high crime rates and overpopulated prisons, where the mixing of petty and hardcore criminals were prevalent. The police force struggled to find a solution. The conventional remedy of hiring more policemen and building more prisons would have been too slow and expensive. So, the Malaysian government decided to implement Blue Ocean strategies, which later were subsumed into National Blue Ocean strategies. To end this cycle, this was the start of the community rehabilitation program. They brought in other parties such as psychiatrists, trainer, microcredit agency, agricultural ministry and religious teachers to assist the petty criminals into becoming high-functioning citizens. The program also allowed their family members to visit upon release. Inmates were supported by job matching services. And surprisingly, this became a great success. The ministry realized that it was 85% cheaper to build and 58% cheaper to operate than conventional prison. Not only that, this program effectively broke down silos between agencies such as Ministry of Defense and the various ministries.
MySpace was established in the year 2003. It is the first ever social networking services in the industry. MySpace was so big back then that it reached more than 100 million users per month in the year 2003. Because there are no competitors to compete with MySpace, therefore MySpace can be regarded as the Blue Oceans. However, a year after that, in 2004, Facebook was established, and 5 years after that, Twitter was established. But MySpace did not respond to this, and because they believe that they are still the dominant force in the market, and that's why MySpace did not try to improve or evolve throughout the year. And it's the exact opposite of what Twitter and also Facebook are doing. They continuously updating to their website, the messaging app, to suit their consumer needs, and that led to consumer trust and also loyalty. That's why Facebook and Twitter are the dominant force in today's social networking service. Now we're going to have a look at Amazon Incorporations. Amazon is a multinational technology company based in America which focuses in the e-commerce, cloud computing, digital streaming and also artificial intelligence. So what makes Amazon stand out amongst other e-commerce competitors? First of all is the Amazon's innovation skills. Amazon has come up with a product called Alexa, a voice command device that can be used to play songs, read weather and also research your favorites posting. And next is the diversifications. In the early days, Amazon started off as an online bookstore. Now Amazon offers everything from grapes to nuts. Now we're going to have a look at why Proton is part of the Red Ocean. Predominantly, Proton reliant on its domestic market and is currently undergoing a transformation process as part of the long-term turnaround with a hope of gaining an international presence. However, in 2020, Proton can make that possible because Proton is coming out with two new models, which is the X70 and X50 SUV, that can allow Proton to compete with the other giants in the mobile industry in Malaysia, which is Honda, Mazda, and also Hyundai. For the last decade, Proton has come out with models that is cheaper and affordable and with standard quality. Now Proton, we're able to gain the international presence and also the new standards of car that can compete with other luxury brands. A6 is a multinational Japanese company that sells sports apparel products and also equipment. However, A6 is not very much appealing to the customer. If you compare A6 to the giants in the sports industry such as Adidas and Nike, it's very much difference. Adidas and Nike took the opportunity to collaborate with the top athlete in the world to promote their brands. However, A6 is the opposite of that. A6 are more focused towards their quality of the brands. However, they are not so strong in the marketing side or the promotions of the brand to make it appear interesting in the eyes of the consumer. That's why A6 have been left behind for the last decades, although they have been established many years ago. So A6 have to improve in their strengths and eliminate whatever weaknesses in the corporations. We are very familiar with brands such as Celcom, Maxis, and also DG. This is because these three top brands is amongst the earliest that entered the Malaysian market, then followed up by Umobile, Udo, and also Red One and Xpex. So we want to talk about Umobile specifically. So why Umobile is among the Red Ocean strategy part of business? This is because Umobile have to compete with other top brand that offered a different product for different customer that have different needs. So in the early days, Umobile is not very appealing or interesting in the eyes of the consumers because the product is very much expensive and we want to take into account the internet speeds. So at the time, Celcoms dominate the market. So in the year 2014, what Umobile does is that they offered an unlimited internet plan for as low as 30 ringgit. So that boosts their market or their reputations as low fees internet service providers. It's the same as like Asia, with the Asia for example. Yeah, Umobile is like.
In conclusion, Blue Ocean strategy and competitor analysis had its own strengths and weaknesses. It relies on how the organization itself adapts to the situation in both markets. In competitor analysis, the potential competitor should be ready with all knowledge and skill to compete before enter into existing market. As for this analysis, it may be hard for them because they need to compete with others competitors. Meanwhile, for Ocean Blue strategy, the organization may have high opportunity to enter new market or a new industry. The organization should be creative in producing products or services that can attract more customers and control the new market. From the comparison, we can see that the blue ocean strategy is much better than competitor analysis. This is because the blue ocean strategy is less risky compared to competitor analysis in the market in terms of competitors. There are high chances for being successful organization when they create a new product or services that no one other's company produce and enter into a market that had not competitors. Moreover, it is easy to dominate the market enter as there is no competitors, as there is no competition between the companies. A company who enter and produce a product or services, it first may become the main brand of the industry, and last, they can attract more customers to choose on their products or services without consider any other's product or services.
So we have come to the end of our presentation. We already discover and explore these two kind of market strategy, which are competitors analysis and the blue ocean strategy. We hope that we help you to understand these two market strategy and how the strategy being implemented into the business. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. We prepare few questions. You may try it on to test your understanding. Thank you.